Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Hit it, Frank. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Broad Motherfucking Topics. I'm your host, Kim Congdon, here with my co-host,
Alex Scarlato. Hello, Kimmy.
Hi, baby girl.
How are you? How's Casa de la Kim treating you?
Casa de la Kim's good. She's bright. She's sunny. The sun is out. I'm watching people work and jack their collars in front of me, and everything is good.
I like the way your plant has grown into the frame.
Yeah, she's a growing. She's got a new baby coming out. She's about to give birth. You see her?
She's a mother?
She's a mother.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Yeah, I love her. What's new with you, dude?
Dude, I mean, nothing's new in my life besides looking for an apartment, which is like miserable, to be honest.
Always horrible. Never good.
Really hard. What's interesting is that it seems like these real estate agents or like whoever realtors, like they don't want you to have an apartment. It seems like they don't want to make the sale. They don't want to sell you an apartment.
The thing is, they also charge so much for showing you the apartment. You know, like if you get the apartment, they take like something like 20 or 30% of the deposit.
It's like, damn, what did you even do?
What did you do? I found this listing and I called you and you got like, was I not able to see it without you? I don't understand.
You met me there once after me having to fucking work that out with you for 3 weeks, how we were going to meet there once so that I could see it.
Right. And then I can't even see it a second time before I decide. And I have to throw you $800 extra.
And like situations where like I've seen a place and kind of liked it and been like, can you send me like the floor plan, like dimensions, just so that I could kind of like see how I would plan the place. And the guy said, I don't think so.
What?
He said the words. He responded in a text message. He said, I don't think so. I was like, I don't even know what that means. Do you have it and you don't want to give it? Or
he said, you floor plan.
I said, can you send me a floor plan? He said, I don't think so.
It makes no sense.
I'd rather you say no. Say no, there is no floor plan. Don't tell me I don't think so.
The whole thing needs to be started over. These people need to know their place. We all need to start standing up to our landlords. I mean, what's going on here?
I mean, this is something that I would never do in this lifetime, but I kind of wish that instead of everybody living in like their own separate houses, I wish that like humans evolved toward like communal living.
Wouldn't it be fun if we all had houses next to each other?
Yes, like we're a community of like friends who are like I think friends should stick together in the same neighborhood, and there should be like dividers of the blocks of like, this is this group. Does this make any sense? That sounds nice.
Makes complete sense. Like it should be like Gas Digital should have a borough.
Yes, like
to itself.
Not even just like a couple square blocks where it's just like Gas Digital and we party and we, you know, maybe our adjacent blocks, we have alliances with them.
And that's even more fun because then you could put like your really close friends in the same place as you. And then you could put like your acquaintances around you. And then you can edge off with the enemies in the corner when you want to get toxic. Right.
And it would be really cool. Yeah. Or maybe you could arrange it so that everybody's enemy is far away from them.
Yeah.
On who's friends with who.
That's what I'm saying. Put the enemies on the edge.
Yeah, I like this.
I like this too. Where can we do this? We should all buy.
You want to start a neighborhood, Kim?
Well, the thing is, my apartment was just built and filled up. The apartment next door to me is currently being built and it's a completely empty apartment. And I was like, oh my God, I want all my friends to move there. And the place next to that one is being built. And I'm like, wouldn't it be fun if I could get people to move into both of these? I was thinking that last week.
That does sound nice.
So Gas Digital West, baby.
I know you're trying to pitch that real hard.
I am. I got to call Lewis today.
I would have to take a real left turn right now.
Yeah. Right down onto LA.
Oh, man. It does sound nice. The apartments are definitely better there.
Wouldn't you do like 8 months in New York and the rest in LA?
Yeah.
4 months in LA?
Yeah, I could do a pregnancy in New York and the rest of the year in LA.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Would be so fun.
Um, dude, I know you've been working a lot, but I don't know if you've been scrolling TikTok. And if
A
you,
little. I've been on my scrolls.
I don't know if you've seen anything. There's two things that have come up on TikTok a lot for me that I want to talk about. One being this missing girl. Have you heard about her?
Yes, the one with her boyfriend. We got to get into it.
We have to talk about this, dude. I'm like literally just mentioning it. I have like goosebumps. I think something definitely went really.
Wait, can you tell Paul her name so he can start looking up the story and he has something to pull up once we.
Yes. Paul and I discussed this before the show. Her name is Gabby Petito.
Okay.
She's from Long Island, but she's been living with her fiance in Florida. She's 22 years old. They took her van across country for a vacation to a bunch of different national parks like Yellowstone, Yosemite. They were going to do like the tour of national parks.
They were doing the van life thing.
Yeah. The last
they were dating for a couple years, right?
I think so. Yeah. So all the information I have is that the last time she spoke to her mom on the phone was August 25th. And the last time she sent her mom a text message was August 30th. And then a week after her family hadn't heard from her, they were able to file a missing persons report. And it took that long because she had been traveling. It's hard to file missing persons when the person went on vacation.
Right.
And so when she's reported missing, the police found her husband back at home in Florida with her van without her. And he's not cooperating, not answering any questions, hindering the investigation was what I read.
He did it, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also body cam footage of the police pulling them over a few days before she went missing.
Oh, yeah. And there is also police reports of them getting in such a bad fight that the police had to come show up.
Right. There's body cam footage of when the police showed up for that fight. There's 5 minutes of footage if you want to watch it.
Right. I mean,
it's I watched it this morning. It's there's not much. They're having an argument. She's freaking out. It seems like he's been pushing her buttons and getting very angry with her. She seemed afraid kind of. And he's just smiling and answering questions and being
he's a psycho.
Yeah, he's gives me Chris Watts vibes.
Chris Watts, that's who I was thinking of. He kind of looks like him. His vibe is the same. They have the same fake laugh in the videos. Everything about it is Chris Watts vibes for sure.
Dude, and I don't know how I have only seen this fucking story on TikTok. I haven't seen it on the news at all. It's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it, but I think it's to be honest, I think it's because it's not very exciting. We know he killed her.
Dude, I think this is exciting. Okay. She's from New York. She's living in Florida. This happened out west. So this is literally a story that the entire country should care about because of the travel element to it.
Right.
Everybody's close to it in one way or another.
Right.
She's literally from down the road from me, and she's probably living somewhere near where your family lives.
Right.
Not only that, but she's gorgeous 22-year-old blonde chick. I'm sorry, there's never been a time in history where we didn't care about a blonde going missing.
No, that's true. It's true. That's the thing. That's if you're blonde. I think Patrice had a bit about it.
It's suddenly it's not national news when a blonde goes missing. I'm shook.
No, yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm sure it'll be in the news in a few days. I think we've been a little preoccupied, but that shit is wild. He's so scary. There was also, did you hear about the new connection? There's this girl on TikTok talking about the place that she went missing. Two girls that were together were also murdered there.
I think it's Moab, Utah or Wisconsin or something.
Mm-hmm.
There was a double homicide there that they've been trying to figure out if it's connected with her. But so far I'm hearing that it's probably not. All right, you guys, let's take a second to talk about one of our favorite sponsors. It's Fume. Fume is the natural inhaler that makes it easy to get the benefits of the world's super plants on the go. Here's how simple it is, you guys. Fume is a Canadian-made wooden inhaler with no electronics and cores filled only with the benefits of super plants. No chemicals added. Fume is a natural and portable tool for allergy relief, relaxation, and a great nicotine replacement tool with its pocket fit. You guys know that I vape, but when I do feel like I'm overdoing it on nicotine for the day, I do pull out my Fume. It's really dope. I have the Conquer core in there. It tastes like mint. What's crazy about it is that there's no electricity involved. It's literally just like a piece of cotton with some essential oils on it inside of like a hollow tube. And when I hit it, my brain plays tricks on me. And sometimes I literally feel like I'm seeing smoke come out of my mouth. That's how much of like an awesome vape replacement it is. Like my brain plays a trick on me. And I not only does it feel like smoke, but I also sometimes trick myself that I'm seeing smoke. It's fucking awesome. It's fully does the trick. So one last time, check out breathefume.com and use promo code BROADS for 10% off. That's BROADS. You're going to get 10% off your order. Once again, they have a whole bunch of different flavors. They have the Reassurance blend, a bubbly lime, the Conquer ones, which is the one that I'm using. They're all really great. All right, let's get back to the show.
There's a lot of sketchy stuff that goes on, like when you go camping. I went camping with my friends. There was like a specific meteor shower a couple months ago. Did we talk about this?
No, I saw your pictures on the internet and I got jealous as hellish.
It was jealous as hellish is good. It was so fucking cool. We went out to Joshua Tree, but I went, we were meeting a bunch of friends there, and I was with my friends Emily and Tarina, and we were like, let's stop like at a local Walmart or whatever to go grab some camping stuff before we head on out.
That's where they wait for you, by the way, in the local Walmart.
Well, that's what I didn't know. And this is exactly what I'm getting to, is that they were like getting groceries and I kind of ran off by myself to get a few things I needed. And then I couldn't find them. There was no service in the Walmart. And I just waited by the car and they came out. And Tarina was like, yeah, we should just be careful because they've had a bunch of people go missing, like a bunch of women specifically go missing at Joshua Tree in the last few months. And they think that there's a serial killer out here. And this is the first I'm hearing of it. This is after a 3-hour drive. There's no turning back. Because if I would have heard this before, I would have been like, I'm not going to go then.
I'm not staying overnight to watch a meteor shower with a serial killer. Yeah.
So I was like so annoyed. She even told me that. And she was like, well, we should stick together because a lot of the time she reads all this stuff about, like, she camps a lot. So she knows all about camping safety, all that stuff. She was like, they'll find their victims at like the local stores and see who's shopping alone. And they'll follow you to your campground. And I'm like, that's fucking so scary. So we show up to the campground about 30, 40 minutes later. It's on my mind constantly, the serial killer. I'm so upset I even got told that there was a serial killer out there. We're also planning on doing mushrooms. So it's like, oh, this is going to fuck with my trip.
The whole night I'm going to be worried about this serial killer. I won't even be able to enjoy my trip.
And honey did it. Because we show up to the campsite. And we see mushrooms. We see our friends. They're there. They're undoing the campsite. I see a few of my friends, and I see a random tent on our campsite that we reserved already put up, like a single person small tent. And I just point to it, and my friend Hormos is like, "Yeah, he was already here. He didn't realize you had to reserve the tents." And we told him he could just crash there, but we were going to be loud and up all night and like not to bother us. And he said, "Cool." And my first thought is, why would he want to stay there? What beauty do you get in camping in nature when you're next to a bunch of people doing mushrooms and making like fart jokes?
Yep. I don't like it.
So instantly I was like very uncomfortable with it. And the guy ended up being fine, but the whole night I would be like, it became a joke. Now, if you ask any of my friends, they'll always say like, oh yeah, we're watching Kim 6. Cause when I was on mushrooms, I was like, who's watching my 6? Cause the rule I made is someone has to be looking behind me at all times. Like, I'm not going to have some dude creep up on me. Even when I was sleeping, I'd wake up and I'd be like, who's got my 6? I made Morgan, who was at a broken leg, sleep on the opposite side of me so he can look up and check every once in a while. I didn't bring a knife because I'm an idiot. So I slept with a screwdriver in my hand the whole time.
Oh man, wait, going to A serial killer infested campground with a dude with a broken leg sounds like the perfect recipe to run into the serial killer.
One of the funniest things I said, because he was far away from us, the dude with the broken leg, and he was kind of like off, like where there was like a lot of darkness behind him. So I was like, I had made a joke with the group. I was like, if Morgan gets killed, like, or if someone gets killed, it's going to be Morgan first. And I go, Morgan, if you die, don't do it silently. Can you at least give us a gurgle so we know something's going on? I was like, please, just at the minimum, gurgle or something. Don't die silently so we don't know, like in the movies.
Oh, that's great.
So
The death gurgle.
Nothing like requesting a death gurgle from your friends in case their throat gets slit during the trip that you're on.
Man, that sounds like a lot of fun though. And I'm glad you didn't get murdered.
Didn't get murdered. It was during a meteor shower. Probably saw hundreds of shooting stars. So beautiful. It was at the same time that the Milky Way was over us. So you could see the Milky Way and the shooting stars in front of it. And then I was, oh, my mic's really loud. And then I was, here we go. And then I was, is that better?
I think so. It might be a little quiet now. I don't know. Paul's got to say.
And too quiet?
Split the difference, sister.
Honey, what about over here? Great. And then we were watching shooting stars. I was so much I realized how competitive I was on mushrooms. I was like, one of the lessons I learned is that everybody was like seeing shooting stars. And if they saw one that I didn't see, for the fire, it would build inside me of the whole group going, whoa. And I'd be like, at one point I'd start lying and I was like, I saw it too. And
that's so funny, Kim. I literally had an issue with my ex-boyfriend. Like my last ex, like the really sweet one, about literally like 4 times in our relationship, we were like outside hanging out, literally like hugging or something. And then we would like step back and he'd look up and he'd go, wow, I just saw a shooting star.
So fucking annoying.
Always right over my shoulder. Fucking literally, we only dated for like less than a year. I swear to God, this man saw 4 shooting stars over my shoulder and I never seen one in my life.
You've never seen one?
No, I live in New York so we don't get a lot of shooting stars. It's like a very special thing.
I'm going to vomit. You're going to come
to see a shooting star from New York.
Next time you come to LA, we're going to take the 3-hour trip and go camping for a night and just reserve a thing and go lay out. It's so fun. You see hundreds.
I want to see shooting stars.
By the hundreds. You know how many wishes that is?
You're telling me there's meteor showers worth of wishes every night?
Yes. Yes.
I got wishes in my back pocket that I haven't had anything to. I'm wish poor. I have nothing to wish on.
Yeah, dude. Someone seeing a shooting star when you don't is fucking annoying. It really pissed me off on drugs to the point where I started being competitive about it. And I started seeing stars that they weren't seeing. And I was like, well, I saw one over here. And they'd be like, oh, no, that one doesn't count. And it started becoming this game. And then I decided to name the game Kim. And they're like, you can't name looking at shooting stars Kim. Because every time they're like, you didn't see it. I was like, the game's called Kim.
Kim always sees it.
You can't not see the star if the game's not named after you. Like any reason to see as much shooting stars as everyone else.
Dude, I'm raging on the inside thinking about what it feels like when a friend sees a shooting star and he just missed it.
Oh God, it's fucking, and it's even worse when it's a whole group and they all, ooh, like some of them will be like, it was such a good one. Cause they're all different. Some of them are quick. Some of them streak across the sky and like leave a skid mark in the sky. That was such an unbeautiful way to say that. A star skid mark. They do.
Skid marks in the sky is the name of this episode.
Absolutely.
I want to see skid marks in the sky.
Those are the best ones.
That sounds great. And I'm sure when you're tripping, it must look different to every person in the group.
Yeah.
Like your trip is kind of dictating how long like the strip lasts for.
We also all had a very, very interesting, either we all tripped the same or we saw a UFO. So there was a moment where Emily comes up to our group and she's like, she kept trying to tell me about these stars, and everybody's talking about what they're seeing and stuff. And she keeps being like, these stars are so interesting. And I heard her say it like for like 20 minutes. She's like, these two stars are so interesting. And I kind of just didn't care because like every star was interesting at that point.
All interesting. You're like, Emily, are you stupid? The whole sky's interesting.
Yeah. And then she kind of pulls me aside at one point. She goes, Kim, I just need you to look at these two stars for a minute. She's like, don't they look like they're rapidly changing colors and that they're also moving really fast? And I look at these two things, and very, very far away, it was like two separate, look like stars, just if you're looking at all the stars. But if you really focused on them, they were like blinking red, blue, green, yellow, like all the colors really fast. And they were also moving like up and down like that. And I was like, whoa. I was like, am I tripping? She's like, I don't know. And we called over the whole group, and we all watched that shit for like 30 minutes being like, how? And then it would go really far away. In 1 second to go like so far away, you could barely see it, and then be it back in 2 seconds. And I don't know what it was, but it was so weird. At one point we all got quiet and we were like, let's just ignore it.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. But interesting. I feel like I've seen stars that look like they're flashing different colors. It always freaks me out every time because I'm like, am I the only one seeing that there's like distinct colors coming out of this thing? Hey guys, it's time to talk about one of our favorite sponsors. It's IPVanish. IPVanish is a virtual private network, or VPN for short. A VPN is a super important tool that helps you safely browse the internet. You can use a VPN on your computers, tablets, phones, even things like your Fire Stick when you're streaming media. When you use a VPN, all of your data is encrypted. What you're reading, what you're searching, what you're watching, whatever it is that you're doing. This is important because what you're doing on the internet is not my business. It's not Kim Congdon's business, and it's nobody else's business either. IPVanish helps you remain anonymous and secure while you're on the internet. Here's everything you get with IPVanish. You get anonymous IP addresses, which means your personal IP address can't be tracked by anyone on the web. You get to circumvent any online censorship. IPVanish has more than 1,500 servers in 70 plus locations. You get protection when using public Wi-Fi. Remember, with IPVanish, all of your data is encrypted, so no one can snoop on what you're doing. And best of all, you get 24/7 customer support. You could email them, chat with them, even call them, and they're always going to be there to help. If you've been listening for a while, you know that these guys have been supporting the show for a long time. And they're here now with a great deal, wanting to offer you guys something really special. So you're going to get 65% off if you go to ipvanish.com/topics. That's ipvanish.com/topics to claim your 65% savings. They have plans starting at just $3.75 a month or $44.99 a year. This is the time to sign up. With our discount and with the current promotional offerings, you're going to get a VPN for 65% off their usual offering. IPVanish is one of the best, even rated 4.7 out of 5 on Trustpilot, and that's with more than 6,000 reviews. Show these guys some love. They show the show love. We want you guys to return it to them. Remember, it's ipvanish.com/topics, ipvanish.com/TOPIX to get the deal and start protecting yourself online today. All right, let's get back to the show. Man, that sounds like a whole fun night. I'm jealous from beginning to end, but I'm also happy for you.
Yeah, it was really fun.
The only stars I could see in New York are the planets. So every night I go outside and I say, that's Jupiter.
That's all you have. All you have is stupid or Jupiter.
All I have. Literally, you could ask our friends anytime we go out at night and I'll see Jupiter. I say, hey, everybody, look up. That one's Jupiter.
Have you heard about what's going on with the sun?
No. What's happening to her?
Oh, there's some interesting things happening right now. I guess like there's like every 10,000 years, the sun lets out like some solar flares.
Okay.
And we're about to hit the 10,000th year again. And they're saying that this one could literally knock out technology for up to a year. Like no cell phones, no planes, no going to the a lot of the cars wouldn't work, they said. Like everything.
That'd be crazy. I want it to happen. I'm rooting for it.
Me too. I want it to happen so bad. I need the fucking break. I need
not only that,
break.
It's like, yeah, COVID gave us like a fake break, but it really just zoned us into technology so much more. I want a real break where like there's no tracking.
Where anything. I gotta get on my horse. I have 5 days to go meet up with Alex in New York.
Yeah, I want to have to find myself a bicycle and go.
Yeah.
It sounds apocalyptic. If technology went out, I mean, the way people would start killing each other.
I know.
I don't know why. I just feel like that would happen.
I know. I'm really happy that my car is so old that it would still work.
My car would not work. I processed that the second you said it. My car is definitely like computer based.
Yeah.
Lame.
Only people with old cars would have like vehicles to get away. But even then, the gas stations, like how would you get gas?
Work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I would have to get me a horse. And the horses are going to be in high demand.
I'd have to start siphoning people. I'd have to get a siphon thing. And I'd siphon the cars that didn't work. Because there'd be hundreds on the street. So I'd be able to get gas still.
Sure. It just seems dangerous because everybody's on the hunt for gas now. You could get
or cars. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you get out of your car, someone just takes your car, then you're stranded in the middle of the road with all these other people that are like desperate, also probably horny. Your rape's coming back tenfold.
Rape's making a big comeback.
It never left, but it's coming back more.
Oh, rape's gonna reach its own personal climax,
but it's not gonna be like party like roofied rape. It's gonna be like old school rape where like someone's gonna snatch you off the streets and fuck you on the road.
It's not even gonna be the tolerable kind of rape where you could, pretend the night never happened kind of thing because you don't remember the details.
AKA just a Friday in college.
I call a Friday in college tolerable rape.
It is disgusting.
Yeah, no, I would, come to think of it, I don't want this to happen. I'd be really scared. You could at least fight. You have jujitsu on your side.
I'd still be really scared though. I'd have to, I don't know where I'd go. Like, I would probably go and pick up I have a few friends that are very much survivalists. Like Tarina, that girl I was telling you that camps a lot. She like grows food and does all that shit. I'd have to go pick up like a certain kind of people and we'd have to get together at least because you can't do it alone.
Yeah. This is where the neighborhood of just your friends would fucking come in handy.
I sort of live in that neighborhood.
Cause like I know this sounds crazy, but this is going to sound stupid and crazy. But like in a post-apocalypse, that I picked the Gas Digital boys to fucking help me survive.
That's so
nuts.
Who
else do I know? Where are my options? My mom and dad who are in their 60s and 70s, or do I go to Lewis and fucking Brian and Harrington and Frank?
Lewis couldn't hang my TV when I moved to New York. He's not gonna fucking save you. We've
literally also seen Brian break a TV in the process of hanging.
None of those men could hang a fucking picture. I don't know what to tell you. One time I watched Brian try to measure a room and he measured because we wanted to see how wide the room was. He put the measuring tape, the tip of it on the floor and the other of it mid wall and thought it was going to be the same as at the same place.
Harrington once lost a mattress after trying to connect it to the top of my car.
Harrington doesn't even know his shirt size. He's not saving us in an apocalypse.
I found out that Harrington didn't know that twins could be a boy and a girl.
No, that's not true.
Yes. And then when I told him that was true, he thought that I was gaslighting him and playing a trick on him and lying to him.
I don't believe that he doesn't believe that. He knows every answer on Jeopardy. How does he not know that twins could be two genders?
He said that he once made a comment as a kid about how a boy and a girl looked like twins, and all of his friends made fun of him and said that's not possible. But a boy and a girl can't be twins. And he's just believed that ever since.
He's just got dumb friends.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine to have dumb friends when you're 7, but now you're fucking 33 and you're still believing what your 7-year-old dumb friends told you.
Honey, if I believed everything I heard when I was 7, I would think you could survive off ice cream sandwiches. And that's the deal. I've learned since then. Yeah, no, they would not be my choice. No offense. You know, I love them. I just wouldn't go to the apocalypse for them. I've seen them not figure out a printer.
Kim, you have a massive group of friends. You can go to anyone. I have
my group of friends is all not very strong. I mean, yeah, Hormos has back problems. He's dead right away. Angie's staying with him. I mean,
like the idea of how like all the Gas Digital dudes are so like they all think they're so alpha. Just the idea of like either they would alpha each other out and start killing each other within the group. Or just say the wrong thing to the wrong person and get us all killed.
Yeah. Who would you pick out of if you had to take one person from Gas Digital and have them as your survival handy sidekick?
Eric.
Me too. Eric is a great choice.
Eric is the right answer.
Eric is the only one, first of all, that I think would truly die for me.
Eric would lay down his life. Yes.
Yeah, he would. And without question, maybe the other guys would, but they'd wait to think about it so long it'd be too late.
You know I like to think a couple guys at Gas Digital would die for me. I like to think would die. Because at least their own, like, I think that they would have to at least try to defend me. Not that they would mean to die, but.
What are you trying to get us horny with these images of these men defending us? You know what gets us off, sister.
This was our episode last week, was the guys defending us.
We're really on this. It's the pandemic, dude. It's getting in our heads. We're like, who would we need to defend us?
I have a damsel in distress kink, and I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah. I mean, Eric is such a good choice. He's killed like 1,000 people already, I think.
Easily it would be Eric. And if anybody picked anybody other than Eric, they're stupid.
Yeah. Oh, the first person I'd run to in LA would be my friend Jeff Carasalis, who served and would gladly kill people just for the fun of it.
Yeah, I think it's smart to go, whenever you're asked this question, go for your military friends first.
Yeah, because they're all about that. They prick their thumb with blood or something and put it on a piece of paper. They have to.
That's what they do in the army.
They become blood brothers. They both prick their thumbs and put them together.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. Don't ask, don't tell.
Because it started with Uncle Sam's blood hundreds of years ago. And now everybody in the army who has switched blood with each other, technically, there's still a little bit of Uncle Sam's blood in the mix.
Yep. Uncle Sam in my blood. That's what they're proud of.
Yep. Age-old tradition.
Yeah, my friend Jeff is wild. My friend Jeff, literally, I think a girl tried to shit on him one time publicly, and he looked her dead in the face and said, "I've killed hotter chicks than you." I was like, Jesus, fuck, we have to go. You need to stop drinking.
That is wild.
That is a crazy thing to tell someone.
Whoa.
I've killed hotter chicks than you.
Damn.
That's cold. Ice cold.
Yeah, like the idea that you process that this girl is a 10 before you fucking put a bullet in her.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wild.
Dude, have you heard about the oh shit, I forget what it's called. It's the other TikTok trend. This is the fun TikTok trend right now, the deviant lick trend.
No.
Okay, so it's like the first couple weeks of school starting up again, right? And somehow this trend of like stealing as much shit from your school has popped up on TikTok.
I love that.
And so now it's like a nationwide issue that the high schools are like leaving attendance in bathrooms so that people can't go to the bathrooms on their own. I've heard of high schools taking the fucking doors off the hinges in the bathrooms.
No, they're out of control. It's kind of sad because schools are already so poor.
And not only that, but like teachers have been waiting so long to get their students back in the classroom.
It's kind of hilarious. You know, I gotta say this new generation of kids is funny.
So wait, they're stealing like soap dispensers. There's schools where the sinks have been ripped out of the walls and taken
Hilarious.
home. They've been taking the toilet seats, ripping.
And they call it the devious lick.
They call it the deviant lick. Yeah.
Deviant lick. Hilarious.
Yeah. Like projectors, expensive equipment, computers, and all just taking it home to post about it on TikTok.
Oh, it's crazy. They're idiots too because they're posting that they stole.
I don't even know. You know what? I don't even know if they're posting that they stole it, because what I've been seeing, and I've seen maybe 20 posts like this in the last couple hours. What I've been seeing is just like kids videoing themselves in a selfie in the classroom while there's a school-wide announcement over the PA about everything that's gone wrong this week and why the rules are going to change.
Hilarious. They're literally saying I did it, but you can't prove it.
It's great.
Oh man, these kids are geniuses.
It's great.
They're so funny. TikTok's so funny. They're so funny on there.
Oh man. Okay. Paul says TikTok is removing all the videos and took down the hashtag. I'll tell you, it is not, because I've seen 15 of those videos in the last 24 hours.
Oh, that's great.
It's great.
It's really good.
I mean, I was like, I would never, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's because I went to a private school, but like destruction of property was definitely never part of like the acting out at my school.
Oh, ours was for sure.
I kind of love it.
Mm-hmm. I remember one time when I was in middle school, this kid, Matt, who was kind of weird. I would say if he gave any vibes off, he would be the person that would shoot up the school. But I was always like cool with him because my mom
If he gave any vibes at all, it was the school shooter vibe.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
If he could muster any vibes, it was that. And
That
my mom
sucks.
always told me to be nice to those guys. So I was always like nice enough to him.
Mhm.
And there was one day where he came to school and he was just giving away money. Like he had hella cash and he was just giving away 20s to all his friends. And everyone's like, Matt. And I remember he gave me like $60. He gave my friend Kelsey $80. He gave this other person $40. And then by the end of the day, he was so popular because he was giving away all this money. And everybody was like, he's so cool. He's awesome. And then come to find out he stole it, obviously.
Of course.
My friend Kelsey told me the next day, she's like, oh yeah, my dad found out that Matt had stolen that money. So he made me return it. And it's so funny because my mom found out and she was like, cool, you got $80. And I was like, just the difference of parenting is insane.
Oh man. What a fucking boss, dude. He was like, you know what? Things aren't going right for me right now in school.
I'm going to rob someone.
But I know one way to fix this shit. I'm just going to literally buy my friends. I'm going to rob my mom and I'm going to buy my friends.
Hey, listen, I was cool with him for the rest of the year. I was like, listen, cool. If you ever hit a lick again, hit me up. My mom don't care.
Yeah, man, that's wild. I've never had anything like that.
We also had another kid. This is intense. A couple years after I graduated, a kid from my school that was still there robbed the lunch lady. Went into her house, robbed the lunch lady, murdered her.
No.
Stabbed her so many times in the neck that the police said when they picked up her body, her head fell off.
Dude, I was so
and then
sad.
took $6.
When you said robbed the lunch lady, I was already really sad and thought that was really a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to get to murder and beheading that quickly.
He beheaded the lunch lady.
That's
and
the
you know
meanest
what? Turkey Day just wasn't the same that week.
I'm going to go ahead and say behead anyone else in the school before you behead the fucking lunch lady. She works hard.
She works so hard for nothing and she cares. The lunch ladies were so nice.
The lunch lady cares more than anyone. Everyone knows it. She loves those kids. She could have a different job. She could go do something else, be a cleaning lady, go to house somewhere else. She could go make her foods for somebody else. She likes to see the kids and she likes to see the smiles on their faces when she hands them their little trough of meat.
She's an angel and a sweetheart. Did I ever tell you my first day of school? Not kindergarten, my first day at my new school in 3rd grade. When I went to this new school, I squirted taco sauce in my eye in front of everyone. the cafeteria. And I started screaming and made a huge scene, and they had to like wash my eye out.
No, you never told me that. I loved making a scene as a kid, though. I swear to
Oh,
God.
it's the best.
I had stud earrings, you know, the ones that twist in instead of just putting them on. Like they're like,
Yes.
I twisted my stud earring too tight and it got caught. And I parlayed that into going home for the day.
I love that.
I cried so hard. The nurse tried to take it off. She couldn't. My mom had to come to school to try to take it off. She couldn't. I said, take me home, cut the ear off. Let's go.
Let's get at it. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Yeah, I loved coming home early. I loved faking a stomach ache. You know what the worst? When you went to the nurse with a stomach ache and she told you just to lay down for a little bit.
Yeah. So my elementary school nurse stopped sending me home at a certain point because I was a kid who was in there every other day.
Right.
And I really grew. She was actually one of my friend's moms, and I grew to hate her. She was such a nice lady. She was the sweetest. So like really a great lady. I started hating her because she wouldn't let me home from school anymore.
Oh, hilarious.
She knew my shit. If you said you had a stomach ache and you told her that you threw up or you had diarrhea, she'd say, okay, well, next time don't flush it so you could bring me to the toilet and show it to me.
Oh. She was not playing around.
She was not playing. She said, oh, did you flush it? That's too bad. You'll have to go back to class. If you throw up again, leave it there and show it to me.
Did I ever tell you that I had my 5th grade teacher call me stupid?
Yes.
And my mom, I think, beat her up.
Good.
Yeah.
You did tell me that.
She was fucking terrified the next day when I saw her. She was terrified.
As she should have been, honestly.
She was shaking. She was like, I literally remember she was mean. Like when she was a teacher, that's how she was. She had this scrappy little voice. She had like the Karen short haircut, and her whole desk was covered in Jeff Gordon, the race car driver stuff. She was obsessed with Jeff Gordon, but she was mean. She was like a little dykey too. Like, and she'd be like, and what's the answer? No, that's stupid. And, be like that. And the next day when she came up to me, she's like, Kim, honey, I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt your feelings like that. And I was like, did my mother rape you? What did she do?
I know exactly what you mean when you see your mean teachers turn nice. It's fucking weird. You're like, are you a demon? What's happening? Yeah. I know this isn't you.
Yeah. Or the difference of them from the first day of school to like the first week.
Dude. In my 8th grade, I got placed. So like I had the same social studies teacher from 6th through 8th grade, and she was an 8th grade homeroom teacher. And so in 8th grade, I got placed in her homeroom and I hated her. And it was like the one thing I really didn't want. So I asked my mom to go to the principal and please, this is the first time I ever asked for this, but I was like, I know in years past, people have gotten their homeroom switched. Can you please ask him to put me in the other homeroom? And so he did it and I got switched. And I still had to take social studies with her. And when I got to her class, I remember her pulling me over to the side and like with this finger, like, come here, like like not even mad, but like devious, like weird.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And I went over to her all nervous and she was like, I heard you don't want to be in my class. Why is that? And I just remember it was so fucking freaky, dude. And I was like, I never said that. I just lied to her. Like, I never said that. I don't know why I got switched over to a new class. I don't know. It's like in reality, what if my mom didn't like her and my mom asked for me to be switched? Like then
it's fucked up that they sold you out too.
It's proof that she was a bad teacher for fucking putting me in that position to tell her to her face that I didn't want to have her as a teacher.
Yeah. It's horrible. We had a really horrible teacher in 5th grade. And at the end of the year, when they did teacher awards, like at the school thing where like all the parents came, all the teachers are getting clapped for. When they said her name, she got booed.
That must hurt though.
Yeah.
That must have hurt so bad.
Yeah.
When I was a dance teacher and I would come out, during the dance recital, I would be upset if I didn't get the loudest clap of all the teachers.
And the saddest part was her name, Miss Acock.
No, it's not.
I shit you not. It was Miss Acock. It's like, you got to be at least nice if you're going to be a 5th grade teacher named Miss Acock.
Why is it always the people with those kinds of names who go into teaching?
I don't know.
Mrs. Bitcherson.
No, you had one?
No, that'd be funny though. No, I didn't. No, none of my mean teachers had really bad names. Although the one that I hated was like really fat and her name was Mrs. Cook. So I liked that.
Oh, I love that too.
I like a fat lady named Mrs. Cook.
We had a wow, you just brought this back. We had a huge teacher named Mr. Small.
I love that.
Yeah, it was very fun.
I had a gay dance instructor whose name was
Mr. Straight.
His name was Mr. Man.
Oh, I love that.
We like that, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I the sad memory of in 4th grade, this is 3rd grade. This is the year I put taco sauce in my eye. In 3rd grade, me and all of my other friends who didn't have dads started calling our teacher dad. And he was like really not cool with it.
That's sad.
Isn't that sad? And
it's
we're like,
we'll
just call him dad. Yeah. It's just a group of dadless girls calling this 40-year-old man daddy.
And he was
so dark. And he was like, you guys can't call me that.
He was probably so uncomfortable, but you guys just wanted a dad.
Yeah. We just wanted to say the word dad.
Oh man, that's so sad.
So sad.
Oh,
I remember like, you know, it's so crazy. I remember one of the first times I ever got rewarded for doing something nice in school. And it like has stuck with me. Like I'm about to be 31 years old and it has stuck with me throughout all the years. It's like during PE one time we were all playing basketball and like, it was like, if it misses and it comes towards you, you get to have the ball. It was like the game. And I got the ball, but there's this little boy that kept like missing it. And I just gave my ball to him because like he never got a turn. And I remember the teacher was like, Kim, that was the nicest thing I've seen someone do today. You get an extra drink of water. And the way that I beamed from my extra drink of water.
Her got 2 drinks of water.
her very hydrated.
Very hydrators.
She got very hydrated. So she's very proud of hers. But it just goes to show that like, I don't think in my household when I did something good, my mom was like, great job, you know? And I was like the first time that I've ever heard that. And I was like, whoa. And I remember after that, I specifically would be like a fucking annoyingly trying to get rewarded for being nice. I'd be like, oh, no, you go ahead. No, you could be line leader. No, I love being the caboose.
And then, then when you don't get fucking acknowledged for being the nice person, you're like, great, now I'm not line leader and nobody fucking noticed. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I get that. Oh man, yeah. Everybody, I think negative reinforcement is just like a lot easier for people to
notice.
Well, for people to dole out. Like, I don't know. I feel like for parents or teachers or whatever, it's just more natural for some reason for them to react to the negativity and just let the positivity in their mind is like status quo, which it shouldn't be. It's takes effort to be positive and great.
To be nice. Yeah. Even yesterday, Wine Shank was here. What did she do that were in my head where I like, if I was a worse person, I wouldn't do that. Oh, we had hit up the same company for an ad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the company had written something back to Sarah and the message she was going to write back wasn't great. And she was like, should I send this? And I was like, no, I think you should fix it up because they'll write back to that. And I'm like, she's my competitor right now. We're both messaging this company and a worse person. And in my head, I recognized it. A worse person would have been like, yeah, send that.
But yeah, whenever I recognize something like that, it makes me happy. It makes me actually really proud of myself, regardless of whether anybody else knows about it.
That's crazy. I feel the opposite. I feel like psycho that I noticed it. And I'm like, even that I had the back thought in my head makes me feel guilty.
No, I think it makes you smart. Like, I think that you can't help being smart enough to know how to get over on people. And it actually makes you a better person to have considered, I could either fucking get over on Sarah right now, or I could be a friend, and you chose to be a friend. If you never even considered the alternative, if you're like, not like stupid, but if you're like not smart enough to have even considered that you're, to get ahead would be to screw her over.
Right.
And doing the right thing doesn't even really mean anything. You didn't even think of doing the wrong thing.
Totally. Totally. Yeah. It doesn't really mean anything because you didn't have another choice. And
It
it's like
means
maybe your choice would have been different if had you been smart enough to think of it.
exactly. It means more if you've considered doing the wrong thing and chose not to.
Totally. I guess you're right. I'm going to think about that next time I feel guilty. It happened twice with her yesterday. And then I was like out of lighter. She let me use her lighter. And right before she left, I felt her lighter in my pocket. And I was like, oh, I really need this. Sarah, I have your lighter.
Such a tiny thing.
Such a tiny thing. But I was like, I can't keep her lighter. It's so rude.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. It's funny because every now and again, it's like I go from one state to another, and my two states are either being like crazy anxious and just trying to get it like a handle on my day, or my other state is like, wow, I really want to like be a better person. Like I want to take steps to being great and awesome.
Yeah.
And then like when the time comes to actually be a better person, I'm like frazzled and anxious, and I'm not like, I'm only thinking about it in my like off moments and not actually thinking about it when it matters. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Yes, I do. I definitely do.
It's like the intention is there, but it's constant work.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. We're not psychos like I thought.
I don't think we're psychos unless we're just really nice because we want everybody to see us as being really nice, and it's all self-serving anyway.
Hell yeah.
Which is a scary thought.
Oh no. Don't no, let's go back. Let's revert to 1 minute ago when we were good people.
Well, that worries me though. Like sometimes I'm like, am I a good person for everyone else, or am I a good person for me? And is there
I think that too.
Like, am I a good person because I want everybody to think I'm a good person? Like, is there something wrong with that?
I think that too.
I don't know, man. It's fucking weird.
I think that too. The other day, someone dropped something and I picked it up for them. They're like, thank you. And I was like, did I do that because I wanted the thank you, or did I do that because I genuinely wanted to help her? And it was like a thought I had.
It's really hard to figure out the answer to that sometimes.
Hey, you know what I say? As long as you're being nice,
as long as
it makes a positive impact.
I think you're right. As the outcome is the same regardless of the intention, and the outcome is positive, so it shouldn't be over analyzed.
But I know you have a heart out, and I have to eat before I clock back into work. So
she working so hard. The girl never stops.
She working. It's so funny. Like I'm always like, I've had the longest day at work, and it's just me walking away from a Zoom in my pajamas, like hi. But it is long as fuck. I've been sitting at this fucking Zoom at this computer that I'm talking to you from since 7 a.m. So I need to get off of it for 40 minutes before I get back on.
I mean, I think there's something to be said for working in your living room can be more exhausting than going out into the world to work. It's a different mentality and it is hard. So you're valid.
Thank you.
I'm validating you.
Thank you, baby. All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Broad Topics. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram and TikTok at Kim Congdon. Check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/QueenCong1, CONG1. And I will be in New York very, very soon. Well, first, September 29th, I will be at American Comedy Co. with Sarah Weinshank. We're co-headlining, or I think I'm featuring for her. I'm not sure. And then I will be in New York October 18th through the 1st. I will be doing shows around there, or through the 31st. And then on November 1st, I will be in Austin, Texas with Sarah Weinshank. We're doing Kill Tony. We're doing the Death Squad Secret Show, and we're co-headlining The Creek in the Cave that first week in November. And then November 5th through 7th, we will be at Skankfest in Houston. So don't miss any of those dates, you guys.
Hell yeah. I'm so excited for your trip to New York. You guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar. Check out gasdigitalnetwork.com, where you could use promo code Topix, TOPIX, for a 7-day free trial with access to every show on demand, as well as a whole bunch of other perks, like subscriber perks. Yeah, make sure you do that. Check out my show every Monday after Legion of Skanks with Mike Harrington called Stick and Portly Watch Rick and Morty. We're going back to season 1 now, where we both fucking love the episodes. So it's better vibes than season 5. Also, my best friend on the entire planet, Kim Congdon's birthday is coming up. So I suggest you fucking figure out what her Venmo is. Send her present. I'm serious. Look at this beautiful angel. She literally lights up the life of everybody who she knows. I know that if you listen to this show, Kim Congdon brightens your day. And I think that it would be appropriate for you to send her however much you think you can afford to for her birthday.
Drain yourselves and drain your bank accounts if you love me. I want
That's
your
right.
401k or bust.
She wants your social security number and your entire identity. But she'll settle for like $50.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I will. That's true. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.